2-point conversion. A very efficient 5-way scoring drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. And it's caught from inside the 20, and here he comes. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Zips take over in Akron, ready to get that offense to work. Looking for space, it's Simmons. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Grabbed behind the line, it's Simmons. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. And he intercepts it. Touchdown, Ohio State. The defense puts 6. Touchdown. Big-time interception return. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
Caught inside the 20, chance for a good return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Akron has it back, ready to send that offense back onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Trying to get to him. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. The Zips decide to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Now on the return. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like,
can anyone catch him? Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the 3rd quarter stats. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Off play action on 1st down. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the beatdown has ensued.
Well, I think this home environment was just too much for their opponents to handle. There's been unbelievable noise and energy. The crowd showed up today, but how about the playmaking on the field? These guys have got dudes all over the field, and this kind of win, week 1, sends a statement and reverberates all across college football.
Looking to throw at Howard. Makes the grab on the left. He's not going to make it. Stopped short of the goal line, and they are unable to extend this lead any further. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And that is not the optimal solution there. The kickoff out of bounds, and the offense will have a little bit easier time of things. You know, the field's about 53 yards wide. Got to kick it between those 53 yards, or else the drive will start on the 40. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
Man, I bet the frustration meter for this offense is so high. If you can't keep your quarterback upright, it's hard to move the ball. It's hard to score points. This offensive line has not protected.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And that ball is picked off. Trying to take it back. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Really nice focus by this sophomore, and he jumped on his chance to make a play.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They'll start this drive with a pass. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups.
He lets it fly. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down. And the Buckeyes want to move quickly. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Now adjusting. He'll get rid of it. Grabbed in the middle. It's Ibuka. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That 1st down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the job.
Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23.
Really nice awareness by that guy, too, because it looked as though his momentum might carry him out of bounds, might stop the clock, but he knew to get down. He was fighting to make sure he fell down in the field to play, and as a result, the clock
got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's out of bounds just short of the goal line, but are they ever in business now?
This is an offense that can find multiple ways to get explosive plays, especially when they hand it off to this guy, David.
And it's so nice to have a running game you can depend on, especially when you get on the other side of the field, now set up on the 2-yard line.
The Buckeyes trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Trying to pound their way in. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Defense becomes even more heightened in this area of the field. You get the short yardage situations, the goal-to-go situations. They got to be dialed in. That's 2 big stops in a row by this defense, forcing a 3rd and goal, putting some pressure now on this offense.
This is a really big play for both teams. 4th and goal from the 2. Now he's going to break the pocket. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the pummeling has started.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
He's got the 2-point conversion, and they build on that lead. So they moved the ball 43 yards on that drive, and it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. Looking for daylight from inside his 20. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Zips take over in Akron, ready to get that offense to work. To the air on 1st down. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. After getting nothing done on the last one, this is a big play, 2nd and long from the 11. Now the play fake. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Shows him the stiff arm. And he's able to bounce off 1 tackle for a solid pickup. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Just needs a crack to get a return. He's got great speed. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Akron has it back, ready to send that offense back onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about it. Find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game